Marvel Snap is a ever-evolving, I guess is probably the best way to put it, an ever-evolving game where the developers, I assume, I mean, any good game developer wants to make their game more enticing to play and obviously try to get people to spend money on it. So they have been working on balancing out whatever they can in regards to this token system, the gold system, and people getting cards. Most people that are on Reddit are never happy. Let's just put it that way. The Marvel Snap community is not a happy community. As a matter of fact, somebody today put a post in there.
Are there any communities online that are happy?
That's a good point.
So does anybody get online and be like, "Hey, stranger, let's talk about this this intellectual property"?
Let's have a civil discourse. Somebody put on there like, I've been playing this game for 5 months and I've been having a lot of fun. I don't know what you guys are griping about. Like, that was the post. And of course,
dare they?
Yeah, of course, people had something to gripe about. But so essentially, they will tell you the developers have said a lot of things in the past, and then a lot of the stuff hasn't been true, or I shouldn't say hasn't come true. They're not lying. They're just, what's happening is the gameplay or their ideas change. Therefore, they'll say something, hey guys, we're going to do this. And there was a whole thing with series drops where these cards were going to drop to where they become easier to get. Yeah. And I don't even know if that's still an option. Can we go in there and pick our free series 3 like every season or whatever?
It says we can, but mine the countdown just resets on mine every season.
We apparently have all the Series 3 cards.
Yeah,
that's my guess.
And which I mean, it's hard to complain about that. Like, oh, I've got all the cards.
Yeah, and somebody else pointed out there in that same post, like there was another game that had a very similar problem where everybody had gotten all the cards, and therefore there was no reason to play. Like, a lot of what I'm playing for is I love getting variants. I don't mind getting titles, but I definitely would like to get a new card because that kind of changes things up. Now I got a new card I can build a deck around and see if I can make it successful.
Yeah.
So anyway, the whole token shop thing, we were getting like 400, 300 tokens at one point to 600 tokens. They reduced the amount of tokens that you can get as you're going through the collection level ladder. The most I've seen is 100, right? There isn't any more than 100 in the collector's level ladder.
I'm trying to think. I want to say I got 200 somewhere.
Okay.
But I think that was in one of the weekend missions.
Gotcha. Yes, that's a very good possibility.
It's like the timed mission. If you win 3 times with that's only 100. So maybe I'm wrong. I could have sworn I got 200 at some point, but it's been a while.
So they reduced those in your collection level ladder. Now I think all I've been seeing is mostly 50 and 100. But they did introduce spotlight caches, which I think is a neat addition to this game.
I did.
When you're playing the game, you get the cubes. The cubes help you go up in rank, but you also complete missions, which helps you get the credits. So the missions are like, you destroy 10 cards, you get so many credits. And these daily missions, they refill like every, I think it's like every 4 hours, or maybe it's every 6 hours, I think. But anyway, these daily missions, so you complete these daily missions, then you get the credits, and there's where you go into your cards, you upgrade your cards, and as you upgrade your cards, you then advance your collector's level. Now, that's where the collector's level ladder comes in. That's where if you go up so many ranks, there are what they call spotlight caches during this. They're also like collector's reserve.
Collector's reserve. Yeah, I always want to call it a collector's cache, even before they introduce spotlight caches.
Right. So as you're going up the collector's level ladder, okay, you can get credits, like 50 credits. You can get boosters, which helps you upgrade your cards a little bit. But the fun ones are the collector's reserves, because you don't know what's behind that. And when you get to that, you collect one, or you open it up and you get to see, okay, did I get tokens? Did I get more credits? Did I get a new title? Did I get a variant? So you can get a variant of a card, and early on in the game, as you advance through the collector's level ladder, you get cards that you may not have had. Well, once you get to a certain level and have a good majority of the cards, they don't do that anymore. Now I know that what I've unlocked so far, I'm pretty sure I haven't a new card in a collector's reserve in forever, but now they're spotlight caches. Spotlight caches are, oh my goodness, like right now I'm at 5835 on my collection level. I need to get to 5890 in order to get a spotlight cache, but there's a large gap in between. It's spotlight caches. Spotlight caches could include the most recent card that gets released that week. Like right now, Mirage is up there. Thanos is up there, which is a big card. I do not have that card. Well, actually, all three of these cards, these three cards should be cards I do not have. And then Master Mold, which is a card I wouldn't mind getting. Master Mold. And then you have what is a Series 3 or Series 4 mystery card that you can get. So there you go,
which
folks.
I didn't realize.
Okay, so that is right now. Obviously, the token drop it's hurting people because you use those tokens to buy those cards in the token shop, the new cards, and some of the cooler cards that are there. There's usually only 3 that are on sale, maybe 4 that are on sale. But the spotlight caches are a neat addition. There's just you don't see them very often as you're going through the collector's level ladder. It's a long time, so I don't mind that being there, and I've got a few cool cards from it, but we'll talk about that here in a second. So
I guess the token thing, I mean, it just took some getting used to because, you know, at first I was like, oh, I'm going to easily get I can probably get 9,000 tokens a season, you know, because
right.
I was like, I don't know that I really want Silk, but hey, yeah, Spider-Ham and Spider-Man 2099, this is great. So next season I'll get Jean Grey or Echo, or maybe I'll get Mirage and Legion, or no.
Yep.
That's not happening anymore. Although, I mean, there is something to be said, I think, for not necessarily having every card. I mean, it makes it a little interesting. I mean, you know, we might only see Galactus versus Galactus or High Evolutionary versus High Evolutionary. Although yeah. I know you and me are kind of like, I don't want Galactus or High Evolutionary.
Yeah.
I mean, when High Evolutionary was in the Spotlight cache, I was like, I'm going to get High Evolutionary, aren't I? Man, I want to use High Evolutionary. Everybody uses him. I don't like it.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then I was like, you know what? I got an idea for a High Evolutionary deck, and then I didn't get him. But that was okay because I got something better to me. And the fact that I think it's better probably explains why I'm just stuck on the same level and can't make any progress. But you know what? We're not going to go there because I like that card better. I understand why they're doing it. It doesn't bother me now that I know what to expect. Now that I can properly temper my Spotlight cache expectations.
The other thing I want to bring up is the gold squeeze. That's another.
Yeah.
It's another Reddit term I've heard, but they call it the gold squeeze because your amount of gold that you're getting now has severely dropped, but the amount of cards that you can get with gold has increased dramatically. Like you can go in there and I had to realize that, I'm going to be out of gold soon. So I need to stop doing this because there were so many cool cards that was in the gold shop where I was
I have not bought a variant in a while.
Yeah, and for a second, I think I did 2 mystery variants for 800, and I was like, I want to burn through my gold, and I just realized that I'm not getting as much gold as I used to. It's just not happening anymore. So
I did use the only reason I'm even close to 3,000 is because I used my gold on Token Tuesday to get some tokens. Although, man, I would have liked that Shang-Chi Phoenix bundle.
I know that was pretty.
That Black Panther Phoenix bundle.
There is a lot of discussion on those pricings of those bundles, man.
Yeah.
Again, the Reddit community is not happy, and they don't stop at a point to try and show what kind of ridiculousness those bundles are compared to each other. Like they'll grab one bundle from two months ago and be like, well, this is 3 times the value. How come this is now, cost as much, twice as much? It's their pricing is, again, me and you, we're not going to be spending money on this game unless I don't know. There has to be something really, really enticing for me to spend money. I've came close. I know you did. I've come really close to spending money for the season pass. I wanted to get the season pass at one point just to see.
Yeah.
Because there's so much you can open up. Like, I just haven't done it yet.
I mean, I guess it could help you go up the collector's level a little faster, but that's which is one thing I like. You don't have to spend money to be competitive. I mean, like there's definitely stuff you can get, but you're not locked out of the game if you're not spending much or any money.
Right. Or any. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let me get into my unlocks here. So what I unlocked during the season. All right. So I got a Pixel Apocalypse variant. Nice. I can just stop at Pixel Apocalypse. You guys can figure it out. Pixel Apocalypse, a Brandon Peterson Hawkeye variant, which looks really cool.
That's the one on the jet, right?
No, he's actually kind of like he's falling down.
Oh. Okay.
And he's shooting into the air as he's falling.
Oh, okay.
It looks really cool, especially 3D. It looks awesome. I got Pixel Spider-Man, a Martin Simmons Quicksilver variant, which looks really cool. Like he's running at the viewer. There's some comic book like stuff in the background a little bit. Like it looks like he pulled from different comics that featured Quicksilver. It looks neat. I'll have to send it to you. I got an Eric Guerrero Living Tribunal variant. I think I got that from a Spotlight cache.
Mm-hmm.
And you weren't too keen on the.
There's some anatomical detail there that I felt was unnecessary.
We could do without. I got a Baby Storm, Pixel Morph, Kang. Yes. Kang the Conqueror, ladies and gentlemen. I finally got Kang the Conqueror. And have I used him very much? No.
I used him in a deck where basically I didn't know what else to put in there. And he's fun, but not very effective.
No, and I've heard
maybe it's me. I don't know.
No, other people have said the same thing. That essentially he does one of two things. He either gives you an idea of what's about to happen, but there's usually going to be a person that retreats immediately right after Kang is done. So he might be good for a cube. That's about it. Baby Punisher. And I did this one. I bought this one. It was in the gold shop, and I immediately bought it for $700 because I had no other Punisher variants. And I don't even know if there are. I'm sure there are, but I've never seen any other than Baby Punisher and regular Punisher.
Don't think I have either.
Yeah. I got a Dan Hip Yondu, a Giuseppe Camuncoli Legion variant from a Spotlight cache. Yes, I did not get a new card, but I got a variant like within weeks after I bought Legion.
That's one of your favorite cards.
Yeah, I'm not going to complain. And the variant's pretty cool looking. Pixel Domino, and then a Nicola Sismezia Craven variant. The one where he's kind of squatting and looking down on the city or something like that. Dan Morris Sunspot variant, which I have seen out there in, I don't know, for months now.
Is that the one where he looks like Warlock?
Yes, he looks like
every time I see it, I'm like, oh, Warlock. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's not
because Sunspot and Warlock are buddies. No, that's Cypher. I don't get it.
Exactly. And then I get to my third Spotlight cache for the month, and it's Snowguard, ladies and gentlemen. Snowguard, the one that I had so much hope for. I wanted Snowguard to have at least a similar effect like Legion, because again, I love messing with my locations, and unfortunately, nobody likes Snowguard, and I can understand why.
Get her to work.
Yeah.
When I do get her as a random card.
Right. She is extremely difficult to work. I think if it says that it has to be by a specific turn, it's not going to work again.
Yeah.
If it's past that turn. So it's got very limited usage. I got a Maria Hill Noir variant, and then an Okoye Sports variant where she's got the javelin, which looks pretty neat.
She's already got a spear. Yeah, like her and Nakia's sports variants, it's just like their costumes are changing because the sporting equipment they use looks like their weapons.
And it looks exactly like they're supposed to have. All right, so out of those, I want to say that my favorite is probably going to be, I mean, aside from Legion, because Legion is easily my favorite. I think I might have mentioned that already. But Legion was a 3,000 token purchase. I'll go ahead and go
3,000.
I do love him 3,000. Absolutely love him 3,000. I'll go with my Baby Punisher. Baby Punisher looks cool. So there you go. How about you, Evan? What'd you do, man?
Well, I have heard rumblings that people aren't excited about pixel variants.
Oh my
and
God.
I don't understand that.
I am looking at your list. Oh my goodness.
And I mean, these aren't, like I said, I didn't buy these. Snap knows what I like. But yeah, I was like reading something where it's like, yeah, don't worry, we're going to be no chance in these prize things of getting a pixel variant. I'm like, why not? I'll take pixel variant over. Wait, that's a sport. I mean, you just know the Snow Guard curling variant is waiting in the wings.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Give me pixel variant of anybody over Bucky in the sidecar. I'm sorry. It wouldn't bother me if they didn't call it the sidecar variant, but we talked about that last time.
Yes, we did. Okay. Please find it in the archive.
So I got a Cloak, Hellcow, Nick Fury, and Arrow pixel variants.
Nice.
I got that In-Hyuk Lee Green Goblin, which is well drawn, but I don't care for it.
Oh, is that the one that looks kind of like almost super realistic?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's not bad. It's well done. It just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
And then I got my first Spotlight Cash.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, oh, maybe I'll get Jean Grey, or I think it was the Jean Grey Cash. Jean or Echo. Either way, it was a card I wanted. Or maybe I'll get Kang, or maybe I'll get whatever the other one was. Like all three interesting possible. I got MODOK. Now, you were disappointed by Snow Guard. Okay. And I don't think there's any objective way of looking at it and saying that MODOK is a less useful card than Snow Guard. I mean, maybe if the planets align just right, Snow Guard could be better than MODOK, but, he's a 5/8, she's a 1/2 whose ability doesn't work half the time. But, Jesse, I'm not sure there's a card I've wanted less in Snap than MODOK, and I'm not sure why.
Poor MODOK. He's always given me trouble. Like, he's always popped up, and I'm like, oh, here we go, because you know what's happening next.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, now, clearly I'm not a great strategist at this, and yes, Snow Guard doesn't work a lot, but like, how cool would it be if you got Snow Guard to work? Whereas true. MODOK, he only does one thing. There's only one time to use him. It's just, there's no, I've had MODOK played on me, and I mean, he's helped someone beat me, but yeah, I don't know. I never once was like, man, I want MODOK.
Discard all your cards. And how many discard decks do you usually run?
No, I use discard decks a lot, but I've used them plenty without MODOK.
Right.
And,
right.
Just for the heck of it, I put him in one. And I mean, it worked okay. It didn't vastly improve my discard experience. I don't know. And the thing is, me, I love weird characters. My favorite comic book character, unironically, is Squirrel Girl. I'm happy that MODOK exists in the Marvel Universe, but he does nothing for me.
Okay.
Like, I don't like him ironically. He's the weird character everybody likes. Like, he's the weird character that it's cool to like.
Not a good way to start off the Spotlight Cash at all.
I messaged you. I just found it. I'm like, I would have rather gotten Snow Guard. She's a tribute to Alpha Flight. She has a cool ability or she's supposed to have a cool ability. Like, you can figure out a way to use her. MODOK, it's like you already know exactly how he's going to be used. I don't know. And I thought I didn't read the fine print. There's 3 featured cards, 25% chance of each of them, and that means there's a 25% chance of something else, and in this case it was MODOK. And that's not even the worst, because I messaged a friend of mine bemoaning my MODOK luck, and he got Silk, who he already had. And it wasn't even a variant. So I'm like, oh, did they give you a Silk variant? No, they gave him an Ultron variant.
Wow.
Which was his 4th Ultron, or his 3rd Ultron variant.
That's weird.
And I mean, I'm not sure if it's a hard to find variant, maybe, but I mean, I've seen that variant before, so I'm thinking it's not that hard to get. I don't know.
That's weird. It's really strange.
But anyway, so MODOK. I made it back to the Spotlight Cash, and I got Kang. I bought Echo. The one variant that I had said, yes, I'm going to buy it if it comes up, even though gold is harder to come by. Because I didn't quite have enough the last time I saw it in the shop, and then I got it as a prize, was the Mystique as Ms. Marvel variant.
Yeah, I like cards like that.
And it doesn't quite fit because Rogue's the one that stole Ms. Marvel's powers, but I don't know. I like it because it's Mystique, even though she's pretending to be somebody else, because on her main card, she's turning into a generic lady.
Yeah.
I don't know, and it's not that creepy Peach Momoko one that gives me nightmares. Although I did get a nightmare-inducing variant later on down the line. I got a Black Widow pixel variant, which is great because I like that better than the regular one. Or the Max Grecki variants are another one. Like, I like what he does, but I don't like a lot of his variants.
A lot of his variants I noticed were like, it's like the camera was down by their feet, looking up at the guy. And next time you see a Max Grecki variant, see if that's the case. Because I remember the perspective is always like, this guy is 90 feet tall and he's going to come at you and get you.
Yeah. So then I got the next Spotlight Cache. I think the one where I was afraid I was going to get High Evolutionary. I got the Darkhawk variant, which, you know me, I love Darkhawk. Not super crazy about his regular cards. So this was pretty cool.
Okay.
Got the Spider-Man Pixel variant, the Titania Pixel variant, the Absorbing Man Chibi variant, which will haunt my nightmares. Like, I know you like the chibis. I don't. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with you for liking chibis, Jesse. It's okay.
They look like Funko Pops. That's I guess what makes me.
I don't like them, and I especially don't like this one. Like the Coulson one. It's like, is he a baby? Is he an angry baby? Is he the boss baby after he started drinking? What is happening there? I don't know. So then I got the Domino Artist I Can't Pronounce variant, which I like better than the regular one.
Okay.
I got Legion in the Spotlight Cache.
Great pickup, man. That is an awesome pickup out of a Spotlight Cache. That's perfect.
I got a Debris Dan Hip variant that I forgot until I was looking at this list. I write these things down as I get them, or I'll never remember them. I got a MODOK Pixel variant, which, was still MODOK, but at least pixelized. I got the Vulture Nicola Sizbadubadu, whatever you said, variant, and a Sentinel variant, which was by Alan Davis.
Alan Davis. Nice.
So.
Very nice.
Yeah. I just found one that I missed.
Oh, yeah?
Pixel Hulk.
Oh, Pixel Hulk. He looks pretty cool. I've seen that card. I like that. Where he's coming down and he's like smashing the crap out of something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, Pixel Hulk.
Thanks a lot for joining us. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for the next installment of Snap Material.